early January, we are starting to get a clearer picture of what teams will look like. JP Morosi leading the league in information, very exciting. A missing piece is Roki Sasaki. We hear about him meeting with teams. That's what we expected him to do right now. What does the rest of the timeline look like? Good morning.
Yes, Lauren, good morning. We will see Roki Sasaki, we believe, make his decision about 1 week from right now. It is January the 15th when he's able to begin that signing period as part of the new international signing bonus class. And what I was told yesterday is that at least one additional team beyond the previously reported group of Dodgers, Padres, Giants, Yankees, Mets, Cubs, Rangers, at least one team in addition to that group has spoken with Roki Sasaki. Now, do we want to call this the mystery team?
Yes, we do.
I'll leave that to the viewer to
We like the
discern
drama,
that.
JP.
I will say this, Lauren. One team that I've been keeping an eye on that has not been ruled out is Seattle. Now, the Mariners have not confirmed nor denied that they've had a meeting with Sasaki, but what we know is this: according to the reporting of Adam Jude of the Seattle Times earlier on this offseason, the Mariners were planning to have Ichiro Suzuki be part of their pitch to Roki Sasaki. Now, if you're a student of Japanese baseball history, of course, knowing that Ichiro was on the ballot, do we think there's any chance that if Ichiro said to Roki, hey, I'd like to have a conversation with you, and if any free agent, any prominent Japanese baseball player would say, you know what? No thanks. I just don't think that would happen. So knowing that Ichiro is part of the sales pitch, part of the recruiting pitch, do I think that if he said, hey, Roki, I'd love to speak with you, I think he'd probably have that meeting. And so it would not surprise me in the least, Lauren, if Seattle ends up being a part of this conversation, especially when you consider the strength of the Mariners in developing starting pitchers. Let's see how this unfolds in the next week to 10 days.
Harold, what's your reaction to that?
No, I understand that he's going to have those conversations. One thing's kind of confusing to me, JP, and maybe you can clear it up for everybody out here. So is his contract a standard deal, or is he actually a free agent where he's not held to, he can only get X amount, but can he actually go get a big contract? I know they have to pay a posting fee and all that, but is his contract restricted to a certain amount?
Yes, the contract is restricted, Harold, because he falls within the purview of the international amateurs. So his contract will look very similar in scope to Shohei's original deal with the Angels when he first came over. So the signing bonus will likely read somewhere in the range of $4 million, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but it's got to fit within a team's international signing bonus pool because he is not yet 25 years of age. This will look like one of the greatest bargains in baseball that we have seen. He is, and it's important to point this out, he is not a finished product the way that Yamamoto was a year ago with the Dodgers. He still has some development to go. But Harold, you talked about this before on the show. We all saw this in the World Baseball Classic of 2023. This is an electric arm that should be able to contribute, one would assume, during the 2025 Major League season.
I would think 30 teams would have a conversation. I know what the contract is.
They should.
And Al was on the show, JP, last week talking about the insane talent that he is. Keep us posted along the way.